Let us see how to configure MPLS using a Docker. So this is a MPLS cloud and we have LER, label edge router, two sides and an LSR router. So LER will be connected to the IP cloud and now we are going to simulate this with a Docker image. So now today what we are going to see, in this video we are going to see only how to enable the Docker to handle MPLS packets. So to make this setup, what we have to do is we need a setup like this. That is, create a bridge and how to connect the three routers. So this we have already a video is made to create this. If you are not aware, you can just check that. From this, what is the difference in MPLS? Only that I am going to say here. So this this is an L3 network. So to change this to MPLS network, what we have to do? So this is the change. The change is nothing but all the Ethernet interfaces should be capable of handling the MPLS labels. That's the change. So even the bridge, the VETH interface and the container connected interface, all these interfaces should be able to understand the MPLS. So this is the motto. So now this is a setup which I have already made. I will just explain it. If you are not aware of creating the image, but everything is there in the playlist, you can check. So this is Docker image. I have created FRR Docker. So this FRR Docker only I am using. Network LS. You see the diagram, this is FRR subnet 1, subnet 2. So now what we have to do, we have to find out the bridge which is created due to this one. So as per this diagram, we have to find out BR1. Subnet 1 is BR1. So how to find out which is BR1? If you see if config, it will create many BR interfaces. So in these three, you have three, right? 11, 9, 1.19 like this. So with the IP, you can confirm. But still, if you don't have an IP, still then how to find out? It is very simple actually. You can give BRCTL show. So here, if it is FRR subnet 1, this is the network ID. So bridge will be created with this ID. So if you see this, 91 is this. So this interface is FRR subnet 1. So now you can identify for subnet 2, this is the name. So this should be the bridge. So now we are able to find bridge 1 and bridge 2. The next step is we should find out to which interface, how is this interface connected. So for that what we have to do is very simple, IP addr show pipe grep with 63. Just give this full IP or so now here it is 39 sorry 391 and 390. So this with one end is that, so one end will be inside the Docker. So inside which Docker it is, we should find it out. So this, if you see 19 is actually the subnet 2. See 19 is subnet 2. So for subnet 2, it can be either in H2 or H3. So now we'll go to H2. So to make this setup and connection everything, I have already videos there. You can just check that video. This is H2F IP addr show. So we go to this our host machine. This does not match with any of these things. So it is not connected to H2. Now if you go to IP addr show, see it is there. This is matching. H3 and this 391, 390 matched with this. So now we have identified that V863AB is nothing but this interface, that ETH2 interface in H3 Docker. So like that, we have to identify everything with the diagram. So this is all setup is already done. So for supporting MPLS, what change is required is you need an MPLS module, correct? MPLS. So it is already installed actually, MPLS IP tunnel. If it is not there, then you can do mod prop MPLS router and then MPLS IP tunnel. I have already installed. If you want to install newly, you can just give this. like this. First you should give router and then this. So anyway, it is installed. If this is installed, this is will be taken by all the Dockers. So you can just go to the Docker and you can check. Same way, it should be here also. So now, this is the first step. Once this is there, this will only handle the packet. But we need to create a the interface should be capable of handling, right? So for that, what you have to do, there is a file called proc sys net mpls config. Inside that, there are many interfaces. So now for what all interfaces you have to change is, you have to change for, sorry, we are here. We have to change for BR interface, this BR interface, this VETH interface, this VETH and this is 4, 5, 6. All 6 interfaces we have to change. So what we have to change is proc sys net mpls config br 19 input. Inside this, in this file, you have to change. Sorry. So it will be 0 actually. I have already configured, that is why it is 1. For example, I will show the interface which is not configured. This is not configured. It will be like this. So you have to change it. How to change it is, you can use sysctl or you can do echo 1. Echo 1 will not be permanent. Proc sys net mpls config br1 190 input. So you can change. I'll just change it back and show you. 0. So 0 should not be there. It should be 1. Because we are making this interface as a MPLS enabled. So now this interface is MPLS enabled. Like that, we have to change to all the 6 interfaces. This is changed. Then all the VETH interfaces. Only 4, right? So all 4. We have all changed everything. I'm just showing it. So this step is done. Then one more thing what you have to do is proc sys net mpls platform. This will be 0. You have to change it to 1000 or any platform label from which you want to use. Then the same thing you have to do here also. This Docker, this is the interface and loopback. So everything you have to do proc sys net mpls config equal the same way for loopback. So like this, to all the 3 interfaces you have to configure. So once you configure this, if you go to VTYSS, you can just confirm show MPLS status. This will say MPLS support is enabled. In case you don't have a module or anything, this will be disabled. You can just check that. LS mod RM mod. If you do RM mod, you can remove the MPLS module. We have to remove tunnel first because it depends on that. It is used by all the other modules. That's why you have to stop all the Docker and then do. Then only this will be disabled. So now currently it is running. So if that is not there, it says not supported. This is how you can confirm that MPLS is enabled for all the three Dockers. The same change should be done in modular in the host machine also. So once the setup is ready, then we'll try to configure LDP and other basic MPLS protocols and check the traffic also. Thank you.